Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 2023 as we continue our run here with Alfa Romeo in our first season. Doing mostly okay. Still in 7th place, which is what our board wants us to be in. Board has high confidence at the moment, so good stuff there. I did go ahead and start building just an extra spare side pod. We have two. I built an extra one just so we'd have a spare. Mostly because we're not developing a side pod right now, so that is the furthest away from getting our 3rd level to craft those. Is potentially our final design. I honestly don't know if that will be our final design yet, but I'm speculating it might be. In fact, how are we looking on cost cap? We still got a decent amount of cost cap, so we might actually be doing another round of designs for everything, to be perfectly honest. Maybe we throw in some intense designs here at the very end before we start doing research. That might not be a bad idea. Will set us up for some good research. I did go ahead and start kicking off a couple more facilities, actually. I kicked off the team hub. It was about $2 million bucks, and I think the race simulator was $4 million bucks, something like that. So I think about $6 million bucks between the two of them. Still gives us a good chunk of money as a cushion for right now. Although, again, we do know that we're going to have to craft some new engines and ERS and things like that in our future. But all that, I think, looks okay. I think we're going to be okay on the money for the moment. Yeah, I think I said our last design might be just an intense design all the way around. That might be the play. And then we do one more intense design all the way around, which would be about what? 4, 8, 12, 20 mil, I think. I think it's around 20 mil in that ballpark. Which gets us down to 53. So in theory, if it's only 20 mil, 53, we probably want to start research when we have about 35 million left in the cost cap. Now here's the real question. We got 73 million left in cost cap. How much are we actually going to have left in projected season balance? What am I looking for? I'm trying to figure out where was my number for what we're actually spending breakdown, projected spending to season end. We still got a lot of money coming. I think we got more than our cost cap, right? I'm reading this right. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're slated to get like 160 some odd million bucks between now and the end of the season, in theory. Yeah, projection final balance, projected income. Yeah. So we should have more than our cost cap for sure. So maybe we can do a lot more development than I'm expecting. Do we do 2 rounds of intense here at the end? 2 rounds of intense. I think it's going to be about 20 to 25 million for 1 round of intense for all parts. So if we do 2 rounds, that'd be about 40 mil. That actually might be just about perfect. Or maybe 1 more round of normal and then a round of intense. That might be better. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. Assuming we have the time. Honestly, we might not have the time, but how many races are we in? We are on race number 1, 2. I'm sure, does it say the number down here? It probably does. Yeah, round 9. So we're round 9 out of 23. We still have a decent chunk of time. We'll get through the current sets, and then we will see where we're at. Potentially another round of normals, and then a round of intense before we start our research. We can't wait too long on our research, though. We'll think about it. I need to get these finished, and then we'll circle back. There is our... Okay, so our suspension is low. We know that. Yeah, all that's fine. We're kind of trying to hold off until we get, more stuff done at this point. Design complete on our rear wing. Good stuff. How many days? We got 6 days. So we could, if we had a slot available. Do we? Don't. We'll get the side pod done in 3 days, and then we might be able to get 1 rear wing done. I forgot about that rear wings. We actually had timed that out so that we'd had them for Canada, and totally forgot about that when I started my side pod here. And I don't want to cancel that and get that money back. Okay, we'll just deal with it as is. But we can go ahead and research our side pod. That should be the next one. No hours yet. Obviously, I drove with the left span. Did I remember to do that for the last one? I think I did, but suddenly I'm having a moment of oops if I didn't. I'm gonna raise the cooling up for just a moment. We'll come back to that. I mean, really, all our side pods are really here for is to cool the engine. Anything else beyond that is just icing. That's literally their primary purpose. I mean, they do other things, but their primary purpose is cooling the engine. This actually will still give us a level up on both medium and high speed. So I think we just keep maxing out the engine cooling with these. Maybe we start doing less engine cooling with the chassis and be happy with this. Yeah, I think I'm actually still pretty happy with this setup. 35 days. Plenty of time to get it done for Spa here. If we got it down to 30 days, we could get it from Budapest. We could get it from Budapest. At least one of them. Assuming we have the manufacturing slot, which we might not. Yeah. Let's go with that. And we'll do normal. I have an extra guy I can throw in somewhere. I mean, side pod. Let's probably throw it in the chassis. Maybe. Just get it a little bit quicker. Whatever. I mean, our big thing that's going to be slowing us down is our factory. Honestly. I'm so tempted to... Actually, no. Level... Next level would give us another one. I mean, it is extremely tempting to get this knocked out just so we can just have another crafting spot. Because the 2 crafting spots are always slowed down so much. I mean, we have the money for it. The sooner we get it started. How long does it take? 75 days. Oof. I mean, it's not going to be done this year, basically. Right, so... I mean, okay, I should rephrase that. It will get done this year, but not in time this year to really matter. Because 75 days from now, June, July, August, that's what, mid-September, late September probably? How many more pieces are we crafting, at that point? Aren't we going to be mostly doing research? So this might be a project that we save for the end of the year. Just suffer through it for the rest of the season and then figure that out at the end of the year. All right, 3 more days on the side pod, and then we'll go from there. All right, here's the side pod. We definitely want to get started on that rear wing. Guess we will do 3 of these. Hopefully the first one comes out right away, but if not, we'll have it for the next race. Always rush it. Spend a little bit of money to rush it. Nah, we'll go with this. I think we can be patient here. I mean, we're not going for like, big time top spots or anything like that. We're just flirting with number 10 and occasionally getting it. Yeah, getting these out sooner could get us more number 10 more consistently, but I mean, there's no guarantees right now. I think until we start really battling for stuff, I'm not going to stress rushing things too much more. Okay. I'm glad to have the spare side pod just because, again, it's going to be a while before we get another one anyway. Design complete on the suspension. Obviously, we'd love to start creating some of those now, but we got several days before we can even think about it. But we can start doing another design. So that's round of 3 of all of our designs, right? Yeah, because that's third. What am I looking for? I'm looking for and 4th here, which again, this one doesn't count. So yeah, that's our second iteration of what we've actually designed. So now it would be time for round 3. And this is the big question of, do we do intents? Well, let's take a look here. Let me just skip to this and let's just see how much is intense. That's 4.3 of at least the ones we can see. Another 4.3. So we're talking about 8.7 right there. Uh, 12.6. And then whatever these cost, I guess. So I guess it's what? Triple? Right? I think it's triple the estimated costs. Which means I can just add up these estimated costs and then triple them. I think that's accurate. So then we're at 23, 37.5, 47, 51, 52, 52, 62, 72, 75. I think it's 7.5 mil times 3 would be 21, 22.5. So I was right about 20 mil, 22.5 mil. And if we did another round of normal, it would be about 30 mil total between another round of normal and then intense. And that's assuming that we can even get them done in time. Again, 30 mil would be almost perfect. That leaves us 10 mil to get a couple engines, 5 mil to get a couple ERS, and then we still have 25 mil of cost cap for research. I think 25 mil of cost cap for research. It's going to be fine. The big question is, do we have time? So let me see what the time will cost. I mean, we'll have to kind of estimate, obviously, based on how adding things. But let's say worst case, we're looking at... I mean, some of them are about to start, right? So it's hard to really gauge it, but let's say we did... I think it's about 80 days. One set of these, another set of these would be about 80 days. And in that time period, we could do... Then we'll have to do... Oh, no, it'll be more than that. Then we'll have to do a set of these, basically. I think it's going to be about... Actually, I think it's going to be closer to 100 days. Somewhere around there. I think once you add in engineers... I think it's going to be 100 days if we want to do 2 sets of everything. Because we can only have 4 slots and we have to rotate them a little bit. Around about 100 days is my guess. So, 100 days. And I apologize if all this math is boring. But I don't know. I like working through some stuff like this, to be honest. 100 days puts us at... Suzuka or Lucille. Somewhere around there. Let's say best case, we got it for Suzuka. Just got lucky or something. I don't know. Then... That's round 17. So then how many days do we have till the end? Let's say we have about 50 days. Maybe 60 if we're lucky. 60 days of research. And I think we can do some more research after the end of the season. So there's a little bit of an overlap there. But I'm going to call anything after the end of the season just icing. As opposed to like, I'm going to count on it. So let's call it 60 days. So how many rounds of research can we get done in 60 days? If we come in here and we actually look at research now. The times are very similar. And in fact, we want these to stretch to their maximum. So in 60 days, I think we'd only get basically 1 round of everything. Maybe a second round of a couple of them. That's not a lot. I think we want to guarantee at least 2 rounds of research on everything. Yeah, I think that's what we want. 2 rounds of research on everything. Got to get ready for next season. The monetary number would be what? 7... is it the same? Actually, I think it's the same numbers, isn't it? 7.5 once it's all said and done. So that'd be about 15 mil. If we can squeeze in a third one, that'd be about 22. Okay, I think that tells me what I want. If any design we do right now is gonna be the final design. And part of me wonders if I should just start research right now and just be happy with where we're at. I'm gonna gamble and we're gonna do one more set of designs. Starting with the underfloor. No hours on these right now. But these are gonna be intense. And the idea of that is it's gonna set us up for good research. By doing intense designs now, that should give us some expertise towards our research as well. Our expertise is quite low. Why is our expertise so low? Is that just for... Is that only add up once you get... No, we get this. Why is that low? Oh, because I've been lowering the drag reduction and the air sensitivity. I was confused for a second. I'm like, what is going on? I've been knocking those like super low. So we haven't been actually using all of that expertise. I think that's what the case. That's what's been happening. I still feel like it's a little bit low. So maybe something else is going on that I'm just being dumb about. I mean, the whole point of this underfloor is really just to help boost up our downforce. I mean, that's really its bread and butter. So I think that's still where we're going to be focusing on. Probably a good balance of medium speed, high speed. Looks like apparently our low speed has done a decent job. So we may focus more on high speed here because apparently that is one of the things we're furthest behind on. This will move us up 3 spots on both medium speed and high speed, and it puts us 12th on both. That feels good. You know? Tiny bit of acceleration. You know, 0.6 kilometers of top speed. Tiny bit of dirty air tolerance coming back into the fold. I think this is actually a halfway decent part. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. And the plan is going to be to go intense. This might be a mistake, but it's the plan. If we got it to 30, I'm bringing 36, 35, probably around day 35, we can get it for spa. Oh, we don't have any extra engineers. We'll have to add some more, maybe. So drop it by, you know what? We can add you here. I do think I'm okay with the intense. We can take it off the chassis. I think we just threw it in the chassis temporarily just because where else are we going to put it? But if we come back to the underfloor, do another one here. Oh, it's 36. It's going to be tight. It's possible we can get one out in time. Maybe we can throw another engineer later on down the road and increase that a little bit. I mean, I could check these. 11 days on the chassis. Does not get us in time for Spielberg, but it does get us in time for Silverstone. It's actually a 12-day cushion. That only adds 1 day. So yeah, let's take another engineer off of here. I think that's fair. And then we'll add it to the underfloor. Cool. I think that's what we want. And I'm happy with that. Let me know if you guys think any of that math was crazy. Because it probably was. I was doing a lot of it in my head, which is dangerous. Especially when you're talking. It probably means half of it's wrong. But I think it's the spirit of it was about what I'm looking for. One more round of intense research across the board. And then everything else goes into research. Sorry, one more round of intense design. And then everything else goes into research after that. I'm hoping that's not pushing research too late. I think we'll be okay, though. All right. Hey, we get to do the performance targets this time. I still don't know how I skipped it last time. We're definitely going to do another guarantee here. Qualifying position. I mean, I'd like to, say, bump it up a little bit, One driver can get, maybe we get another couple $100,000 here if I mean, I don't think I'd dare but put it up to 10th. But I could say we could be 13th. That's a couple spots higher. Get us a couple $100,000. Yeah, why not? Fastest lap we're obviously not going to get, but we could get a finish position of top 12. One driver. I think it's definitely doable. At least Q3 is the freebie, so we can kind of... Actually, is that better? I don't know if it's better to have Q3 being the freebie. I think we can qualify 12th or higher, one driver. I mean, I could stick a second driver in here and say we can hit 15th or higher. It's a tiny bit more money, but I think we're more likely to get one driver 12th or higher. I'm going to go down to 13th just because we kind of almost didn't get it last time, didn't we? We'll go 12th. And then we will say... Do I dare say both drivers hit Q2, though? No, we've taken a lot of parts off Piastri. I'm going to say just one driver hits Q2. Cool. All right. I'm okay with that. To the race weekend.
Formula One has arrived here in Quebec. And we're
Canada. Alrighty. We're actually potentially going to have some rain on Sunday. Is this our first rain of this run through? No, I think we had a little bit of rain in one of the early races. Alright. We're looking at... no, that's not what I want to do. I want to go to the car parts. I want to swap out to our bad engines. Our bad ERS. Our bad gearbox. These are our practice gearboxes. I should not be calling them bad gearboxes. I should be calling them... These are our practice parts. They serve a very good purpose. Our one and only ERS. And then we'll go with this gearbox as well. All right, let me take care of practice and qualifying, and I'll bring you guys back for the race. All right. We did get into Q2 with Bottas, but unfortunately, we just barely missed. Like, really barely missed 12th place. So I think we lost a little bit of sponsor money from the 12th place spot. I should have gone with my gut and gone down to 13th. But we did get at least the Q2 money. So there's that, I suppose. Oscar took a penalty because he was slow anyway, to be fair. So I guess he was 20th just naturally, but he will be taking a penalty because I have to craft his ERS for him. So there is that. It's all good.
The excitement is building. There's
Yeah, so we missed this one. I know I should have dropped it down, but it is what it is. We lost 30,000 bucks there, but we did gain 87. So net gain overall, I guess. Yay us. Still could get a 12th place finish, maybe. Although this does not look like to be a good track for us. I am glad that did I drop that down to 13th there? Well, wasn't I just thinking smart? I should have dropped this one too then. But I'm not sure if this is gonna be a good track for us. I feel like we're gonna be a little bit slow on this track. Pit stop is actually pretty quick. 19 seconds, not bad. It's gonna be some rain today. I will look at the overall tires, but I expect this to be completely flipped on its head. Mediums and hards are very, very identical. Softs are quite a bit faster. So, something to consider. There's our grid place loss. That's okay. I mean, that's not going to hurt him really at all. What are we looking at here? The rain's not going to come until probably lap 50, 51, 52, something like that. Very, very end of the race. So, and we could also just be wrong. Rain may not come at all. Honestly, I think we go with a strategy like this, but we flip this to a medium. And I may temporarily just plug in the inners just so I remember that they're coming and just kind of have a placeholder for them. But in general, we're going to be pushing these other ones pretty hard, I think. I mean, I guess because it's going to mess up my numbers, I'll just plug in a soft back there at the end. I mean, we're going to go as fast as we can with the inners, I guess is what it comes down to. And if we don't do this, if we don't end up getting rain, then we will, in fact, be running the softs, I think is what it's going to come down to. Well, in that case, we'll just plan it out accordingly, I suppose. Honestly, I don't think there's any point in even looking at these other strategies. I think this is 100% the strategy we need to go with here. The only other one would be plugging in hards in the middle. Let's actually copy this strategy. Let's see what it looks like with hards in the middle. Nothing changes really there. Nothing really changes there either. I mean, this would give us a little bit more cushion. How much of a difference are these? Oh. Is it really that much faster because we're going to have that much more wear on our stuff? Okay. I mean, we did say that the mediums and the hards are very close together. Apparently, they're close enough together that something like this is actually quite a bit better strategy. All right. Well, I'm glad I looked. I mean, just for giggles. Any reason to go medium here? Right now we're at 128.12. That doesn't seem to make any difference. I mean, I can get to 128.13. Nah, I don't think there's any point in going anywhere else with that. Which lap are we swapping out on? We're actually swapping later with this as well, which gives us, if we have to swap sooner because of inners, that gives us a little more cushion there. So no, this is going to be a solid strat, I think. Yep, I think I like this. And then for you, actually go back. We're going to do the same thing, but I mean, we might do literally the exact same thing, huh? Looks like that's a slight edge. No, it looks like that's about as good as it's going to get. I mean, they're far enough apart, the two drivers, that the stacking pit stop should not make any difference whatsoever if they are, in fact, on the same. So we'll go with this. I think I'm pretty happy with both of those. Car parts. We are not going to be running our best engines here. There's just no point, I don't think. We are going to have to run our better inner ERS. We can run our lower gearbox, though. You only have one engine at the moment. You only have one ERS at the moment. But you are also down to your last couple gearboxes. So there are more fun things to spend on in our future, of course. Okay, we will go with all of that. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Come on, Bottas. It would be amazing if you could please finish 12th.
Here in Montreal. This is it. We're moments away now at the Canadian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away
Actually,
we go.
did we have this track in last year? I don't remember this one. Maybe it was there and I'm just not remembering, or maybe it is new. I know there's several new ones. Let's go. Make sure we add the battle assist before I forget about it. All right, go.
We can try to use overtake end of straight. Copy that.
Lot of traffic. Oh, I heard that. That was creepy. I do think I remember the track now that I see it from this level, actually. So I think we have seen this track before. It's just the map looked a little bit different. All right, well, I will come back if anything crazy happens. Well, we did have an incident, unfortunately. Bottas was actually up in 7th place. About 15 laps in. 15 laps in, so a good chunk of the way through. 7th place. And then, who was it? I want to say it was one of these guys or one of the Alpine guys. I can't remember who it was. Crashed into him. Destroyed his front right tire, destroyed his front wing. He's got damage to his chassis and suspension. I mean, we've been doing this. We've been back out here for 10, 20, almost 35 laps now, and we're not going to be able to gain up here at all. We're not going to be able to gain any ground. In theory, we probably should just retire him and just accept that he's just not going to make it. But I'm going to keep him out because I do want to do one more pit stop with him, because his pit stop when we had to replace his wing was, you know, a very long pit stop. And so we just need to do another normal pit stop with him to try and at least get some points in that one. at the very least. So we're going to leave him out until it comes rain time, and then we will... in fact, the rain is already coming up right now. So we are going to go ahead and get... He's actually coming up to the pits, and we do expect the rain to just get better. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and just pit him now. There's no reason to... I mean, he's going to be slow no matter what we do. No reason not to just go ahead and get him pit in and go from there. And then Piastri can... Where is he? He's in 17th. I think he's already passed the pit, isn't he? Yeah. We'll go ahead and get your pit schedule, though, too. I know it's a conflict, but that's okay. We were planning for this all along. It's unfortunate. We were doing so good with them. Oh, look at that. Was a bad pit stop again. So we're only going to get the 1 point. Man, why? Why does his pit stop, his second one, have to have the issue? Like, we're going to have maybe one issue per weekend. If even. Actually, honestly, our current percentage chance should not even... We may have one issue every other weekend. It's really what it would come down to. And yet, the one pit stop we need him to be fast on, because his first one for sure wasn't fast, he has an issue. I'm tempted to pit him again just to get a fast pit stop. I mean, that's a kind of a cheeky way of doing it, but it would... We might run him about 10 laps here and then pit him in again. Oh, he had a slow pit stop too. Wow, what is going on? Why are we having pit stop issues?
So Alfa Romeo's crew are out. Oh, but something's not right. Oh dear.
What in the world? I mean, we're not going to win any points or anything like that here anyway, so we might just pit them both here in about 10 laps. Just try to get some faster pit stops. I mean, is it going to get any wetter? Nah, it's going to be pretty slow. Yeah, I think we pit them both in a couple laps just because we can. No reason not to at this point. We're going to lose money on the... I can't believe he was doing so good, too. He really, really was. I mean, he's currently potentially going to be gaining on some of these guys, but there's no way he can fight his way back. No, there's no way. There's no way. We're going to get more value from the pit stops than we will from him sneaking up maybe one spot. So no, we'll go ahead and confirm a pit here. And Piastri has passed the line, so we'll go ahead and confirm his pit as well. It's silly, but I know that we can get fast pit stops. There we go, 2.14. Perfect. Second place. 2.12. Perfect. What was that? I didn't see the number, but that's okay. No, that's fine. At least we're on the board with both of those pit stops, and I'm pretty happy with that. So there we go. Stupid last place finishes, but Bottas was fine. He was doing so good. Very frustrating. Is what it is. Oh well. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage to his car from the perspective of having to get new parts and stuff, but that's just part of racing. I might as well keep you guys here until we finish this out. We're this close.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Max Verstappen won that one. I thought we had that one.
Well, in the end, that was a...
Yeah. I mean, the board's not going to be happy with that, but... I mean, we crashed. There's nothing we can do about it. So we did get first and second, so at least we got points here. Yeah, so we're getting a little bit on Red Bull there. Got to keep that kind of stuff up. I think that was well worth it, doing those pit stops just to get those points. I mean, if we don't win that pit stop championship, then there's a lot of hard work that is for nothing. We actually got some decent money there, which is good because we're going to have to pay for some parts. Somehow... How did we get that? I don't understand why we're getting that money. We did get Q2, so I'm happy with that. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I don't know what that is. Very confusing to me. All right, let's go figure out what's going wrong with our cars. Front wing for you. Then chassis and suspension for you. Okay. All right, chassis swap out. We're going to have to go down to this chassis, unfortunately. Very sad indeed. Swap out. We got a new suspension we could get on at some point, but we'll go to that one for now. What are we building right now? Rear wing, underfloor. So not a chassis or suspension. We got a little bit of money. Not a lot. 11 days until Austrian Grand Prix. We'll have a front wings in 3 days, chassis in 7 days. Neither one of those can we manufacture because we got, well, we should be able to manufacture both those, or at least get them started. So that'll be good. Yeah, more parts coming. But let's go ahead and just skip ahead here. Expecting better results. At the next Grand Prix, huh? That's dangerous. I mean, surely we didn't drop that. Yeah, we're still high. I was gonna say, yeah, they're disappointed in that one, but we're still high. Honestly, the fact that we're high confidence tells me we don't gamble on this one. If we were struggling for confidence, we might go for it and just hope for the best. But no, we're not going to gamble on this one. We're already high confidence. We just got to get back to our, you know, finishing 11, 12, 13th ways. And I think the board will be pretty happy with that. One thing I did not check. I'm going to say, none of these guys got any points on that one either, did they? Okay, good. All right, looks like we got some scouting done. Obviously, we have no expectation that these guys are going to want to join us, but it's good to get the scouting done anyway. I mean, his morale is low. I mean, I suppose there is a chance, but I doubt it, right? Yeah, not interested. I was going to say, there's no way these guys are interested. Our team's just not good enough. But someday, we might have to go for one of these other guys in the interim. I mean, this guy's open to negotiation. It's definitely a big improvement over what we got now. But I think we go ahead and do a detail to both of these guys, and that's probably as far down as we'll go. Because it's possible this guy will become interested at some point. So we'll go ahead and do a detailed scouting of you. And we will do a detailed scouting of you. If we could pick up one of you guys for like a year or two. Well, we still got 3 years left on our guy, but I don't mind breaking his contract a little early. But for now, we're going to stick with him. But if we get one of these guys, it might be possible, might be the right move just to go for this guy right now. Break his contract for a mil. Bring this guy in, just be happy with it. But we'll think about it. Design complete front wing. Manufacturing complete rear wing. Good stuff. Perfect timing. We'll put that on both cars. Should be a nice boost to both cars. Front wing, or do we go ahead and just go back to this chassis that we really want? And just look through everything. So we do have suspension that we still want to get on both cars. If we can. Underfloor. Go put that on both cars. I think that's worth it. Side pods already on both cards. Rear wing we just did. Front wing we need to do. It's a pretty nice increase, to be honest. So I would definitely like to get probably 4 of these made. Yep. Still want to get this chassis rebuilt again, though. Although at this point, we may just wait for... yeah, we're going to just wait for that chassis. There's no point in making that other one. The front wing was fine because we just finished, you know, designing that. Speaking of design, we do need another part. So we just did underfloor, probably rear wing. An intense rear wing. Or front wing. Either. No hours yet. Don't remember what we've put hours in suddenly. Yeah, I don't remember. I'll be honest. Well, let's see. Which of these is worse? I mean, I think our front wing is probably got quite a bit of room for improvement. So We'll do the rear wing. We might put hours into the front wing when it comes back around. I mean, really, I just honestly don't care about any of these things except drag reduction and DRS delta. That's what our wing ring is primarily here for. But what I probably will do is tinker with some of these other ones just to make sure they're not like... I really don't want to lower DRS effectiveness. Do we just accept? Oh, I don't know why we don't accept the loss there. No, I think this is probably the right move. It only lowers us by 1 on DRS effectiveness. Now that starts getting crazy, so we don't want to go that high. Can we improve this at all? No. Nope. I think we just go with something like that. Still give us a little bit of high speed back. But really, I mean, it's going to lower the DRS effectiveness by a tiny bit, but not a significant margin. It's going to give us a big chunk of top speed back. Now, we could always just lower this a bit, I suppose. Lower how much top speed we're getting. That actually might be okay. Nah, we're gonna go with that. It's time to start getting some more top speed built up, I think. I think this is an okay part because we're gonna get these stats back from other parts, and this little dip is gonna still keep us in second place. So, it's still gonna be a very, very good car overall. I mean, we could just ignore this. No, that's. I think I'm okay with this. How much does that do? That drops us down a lot of DRS effectiveness. I don't know. We may do something like that. It's a little bit more balanced, maybe. We're going to do intense. 43 days. I mean, we're not going to get it for Spa. It doesn't look like. And we don't have enough engineers anyway, so we'll just get it for Zandvoort. Plenty of time for that. A lot of money we're spending on that, though. And we won't have enough money doing intense on the next one after the chassis, though. But we're only doing 1 round of intense, so I think... And those were 2 of the most expensive intense that we just started, so I think we're okay. There's our underfloor. All right, so that's all done. Do want to get these new suspension because those are going to be some good ones. Front wings already being built. And we're going to hold off on the chassis. All right, this is being built right now? Yeah. So let's go for the suspension. If we can afford it. And we're going to get, I guess, 3 of these for now. Cool. All right. I'm okay with that. We might get some extras later, but for now, we're going to start with that. Chassis is done. We can't afford the next thing, unfortunately. We do have some hours now, though, which is good. I mean, we do want to start building a chassis as soon as we're able to, but that's not going to be until after the next race because we need the money. We are coming to the end of the month, so we'll have a new month of money there as well. All right, I think I'm actually going to put a cut in there. We're going to come back and we'll get to the Austrian Grand Prix and go from there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.